All right, episode 50. I don't know what the fuck I was even
Episode
starting.
numbers.
Episode 580 of the TV Dudes, SHORESY Season 5.
This week, we had planned to talk strip law
But
over on
fuck
Netflix.
that.
Yeah, man, we're trying to build a winning culture here. So instead, we watched SHORESY Season 5.
That's right, strip law didn't land its closing argument for us,
It didn't really land its opening statement either.
but it did offer some evidence worth chatting about, which we will hit in the diaries. I suppose that makes us that we really are the jury of it. We have to
I will judge you.
deliberate. Would join us for deliberations.
Indeed. But before we get to that, I'm Les.
I'm Nick.
And we're the TV,
TV
Dudes.
Dudes.
And you know the NOSHO North Stars aren't all we watched this week.
To the diaries.
The Diaries of the Television Dudes. Brought to you by only the finest cocaine wine.
I didn't watch a ton of stuff this week, man.
No, neither did I.
I am, so the podcast that I had done with Jeannie Moody, Argon, a sci-fi podcast that's on a couple episodes are up right now, is having a live performance near Austin this weekend. So
Which will be, by the time this goes up, tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. So that's been a lot of time. And then we've been working on a new thing that'll be coming out next year. I've had very little TV. And the TV I have put on has been when I've needed to do like basic life upkeep.
Mm-hmm.
So Lucifer.
Laundry
I've
shows.
watched a shitload of Lucifer.
Laundry shows.
I'm into the end of the 5th season where he's about to fight Michael to be God.
Sure.
And Dan just died.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I've still like it still hits me like, God damn it, Dan shouldn't be, and it wrecks everyone in the show of like Dan shouldn't be dead.
Right.
And it's only acceptable this time because I know where we go next season with like Dan's not gone.
Well, we silo him off from hell. Like there's
Like they've gotten so deep into the celestial stuff that the rules are starting to fuck up. It's Netflix had a lot of fun and then correctly burned this out at obviously needed in on season 6. Come on, it's Lucifer.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't go 666, you got to just stop at 6. So yeah, that's about where I am on Lucifer. And then because Fanny had only seen it once, and I was stressed out and in a bad mood and wanted to watch a nostalgia comedy, I watched Office Space for the first time in a few years.
Yeah.
Mike Judge's first movie after doing Beavis and Butthead and King of the Hill. I fucking love Office Space. I had lived in Austin for a little while and then gone up to Tulsa for school, and that's a significant drop in city culture in the 90s. And then up in Tulsa, I got a free ticket to go see this weird new Mike Judge movie.
Mm-hmm.
And we went and saw Office Space. And my friends were not that movie became a cult favorite.
Yeah.
It was not a hit in the theater. I can't stress this enough. I was fucking howling. And the my roommate who was working at MCI at the time, like they were the literal backbone of the internet. Like they were the infrastructure. Like he actually had that kind of cubicle job. He had just done his first internship and done a summer in a cubicle like that. And so like I kept looking over at him during the movie and he's just like jaw open like, oh my God, that shit's real. All of it's real. Les, it's all real. But for me, it was all real because all of Office Space is shot here.
Yeah.
So it's like Dazed and Confused, but even more so because they're not pretending it's Beaumont. It's just like those apartments are the first apartments I rented. They're at Palmer and Mopac. Like the opening scene where he's driving real slow is off Metric, like near the IBM campus. Like watching that movie is just a lot of like, yep, I think I interviewed for a job there. Yep, that's like, and God, it still pretty much holds up. There's the 90s are a different time, obviously, in terms of like what's a fucking problem. But watching these guys just basically badly pull the heist from Superman 3, which I love Superman 3 and don't base your heist on that movie. And then fucking it up and like realizing immediately that like, oh shit, we have stolen too much money. But the thing that still surprises me about it is how it actually unfolds at the end, Ron Livingston just takes full responsibility and absolves his friends of it. I mean, they all end up absolved of it because Milton burns the building down.
The fucking thing
but it's
down.
very important, and it's never even a thing. The sequence of events is important. Ron Livingston doesn't know that. And he doesn't just take out, like, he doesn't write a paper check for, like, because they're going to return every penny of the money and write an apology letter and just hope that helps him. And in that confession, he takes full responsibility and does not mention his friends. But he doesn't write a paper check. He pulls out money orders, like he pulls out like real money. So those are whatever bank notes. Like, he pulls out real money.
Yeah,
it's not cash, but it's
right.
When it burns, it's gone.
Right.
Or you think the stinger is that Milton took the envelope.
Yeah.
But whatever, Milton deserves that. He hasn't been paid in years.
Right.
So you don't care. But I thought it was...
No, he has been paid. They just haven't. They stopped paying him now.
That's right. He was still receiving his paycheck and he just stopped. Well, no. It's going to work itself out.
Yeah.
So you fired him? Oh, no.
That'll just
avoid confrontation whenever possible.
Work itself out.
Yeah. Fucking John
Bobs.
C. McKinley is one of the Bobs. I really like that they pull a heist, they fuck it up, they realize it's wrong. Like, shit, that stealing thing, it turns out that you were right, that was stealing. And then he just takes all responsibility for it. And I feel like that would have been I've seen too many movies where I'm like, but I like this movie, but your main character's still a piece of shit. Or like, let his friends hang for this or whatever. And like, no, he pretty much figures out like, hey, I was being, like, he straight up apologizes to Jennifer Aniston. Not even, hey, I got the wrong Lundberg wrong, and so I was mad about nothing. He just straight up apologizes for ever having tried to be mad about that. Being
pissed about it.
And again, I was like, man, I think Mike Judge might be an all right guy. Like, this is fairly soundly decent, especially for the 90s when you didn't have to be. Yeah, I really enjoyed Office Space. Also, god damn, it just looks like when I say low budget, I mean... I think Jennifer Aniston just did this as a favor. Like, all of the budget had to be her. Like, like when Gary Cole is your next most expensive actor.
Well, I mean, it was like 90s Jennifer Aniston, which was like, wait a minute.
This is like the movie she did. This and Picture Perfect are like the movie she did, not Friends.
Yeah.
Which is insane. Yeah. Dietrich Bader is like the big name in the spot of this movie. Hey, Peter Man. Yeah, really enjoyed it. And then the only other thing we watched was The Rookie.
Well, I mean,
what else did you watch?
I watched I switched up my comfort shows because I'm like, I don't know what is, maybe just after hitting a big deadline, but I have been like in no way interested in watching anything new or trying anything new in a way that, like, if we were doing TV Dudes, I wouldn't be watching Strip Law at all. But I just threw on Brooklyn Nine-Nine again since they're about to switch seasons. So like the 4 seasons on, 4 seasons off. So I watched those like 4 seasons and then let it run to when they switched off. I like timed it perfectly.
So that like Netflix just drop and pick up a 5 through 9.
Without even like really try. It was kismet really. But also we watched The Rookie, which apparently is going to have a Game Changer crossover that people are freaking out about.
I don't mean that they're going to change the game on The Rookie. I mean a literal crossover with the Dropout show Game Changer.
Which I saw a bunch of Game Changer fans are actually a little bit pissed. And on the one level, I get it. Dropout is probably a much more diverse and woke audience than The Rookie. But and like to the fact that like
a propaganda show.
And it's like, and Rookie's very much a sanitized, trying to make the cops look good.
Yeah.
And
y'all aren't going to love Harper.
But also, from a business perspective, if I'm offered a chance on a fucking network,
ABC network show,
well, I got it. So the problem
and I can't think of another one that would be better than The Rookie. The Rookie, I stress this every week, is 2 sitcoms in a trench coat hiding as a drama.
Right. It's either do The Rookie or not do this.
Right.
What are you
going to cross over Blue Bloods?
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, that dinner table is going to be a tough audience for laughs.
Because like the biggest problem Dropout probably has is that no one knows that it's fucking on. Like how do they advertise?
Right.
Like
on where? I mean, it's literally on Bleeboo. You got to just sign in with your Tebow account and you Bleeboo it. And
like that thing is advertised basically on clips online, and that's it. But Yeah, we watched The Rookie. This episode was, remind me,
So this was the Con Air episode.
right, and then Tim's mom.
And then Tim's mom.
Was the B plot.
And so this has been an uptick season of The Rookie. No season of The Rookie has ever quite touched season 4.
Season 3, I think.
Three
was the...
the George Floyd season.
Yeah.
Which they just suddenly took their writing up a notch.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a reason that we've stuck with The Rookie. We talk about at its worst, it does a bad show smartly.
Yeah.
Like it'll often zig when most shows would have zagged and it's good. It's better for it.
Mm-hmm.
This season's been genuinely fun. We've had several episodes where we went, was that just a really satisfying little serial killer episode?
Yeah,
God
yeah.
damn, Rookie.
Yeah.
Or, holy shit, are you actually having Harper hung out there by IA for being fully in the fucking wrong?
Yeah.
Holy shit. And this episode did it again. Enough so that halfway through, I think you looked over at me and were like, God damn it, we're going to watch this show to the end, aren't we?
We're going to watch this show forever.
Like last season,
we're going to watch the show forever.
I'll be honest, last season was partly a
rough.
hate watch.
Yeah.
It was partly a grudge watch, and it was
its
one of those
days were numbered.
Like, am I going to have to flash watch this?
Yeah.
Like I'm watching it in so that one of us knows it's dead. Like otherwise, no one on Earth's going to be sure. Like I'm the witness here. And the Rookie's not going to be like that, man. This season's actually been fun. The realizing, holy God, you're just going to do a Con Air episode. Okay, cool. That was insane. Even though you could see it coming from the jump. I mean, literally as soon as the guy who ends up being the traitor walks up, I was like, well, he's suspicious. like before anyone even spoke to him, like I had no reason to believe it other than this show's being nice to you. You're going to die. Like just know, like her water broke. Like just knowing show tropes, that dude's bad. But then the really shocking part that makes me love Rookie is Tim's fucking mom.
Yeah. In a way that like Tim just is straight up in the wrong through the beginning of this episode. In a way that is like, Jesus Christ, Tim. Like,
there's so many shows I watch where both like a character's in the wrong, but because it's a sitcom and both characters have their audiences, you balance, like the show balances it so that Tim's got friends who are telling him he's right.
Mm-hmm.
No, not this episode. Everybody Lucy brings that up to is like, that's insane. I'm sorry, his mom doesn't know you exist. You moved in. You guys, not only that, this is the second time y'all dated with like a year off in between. Like, what do you mean his mom's never heard your name? Like as soon as his mom's gone, you know Tim's sleeping in the car, right? I'm sorry, the shop.
The shop.
But like, at the end of it, after this whole episode of like, Tim hasn't told his mom anything. His mom clearly talks to his sister, but Tim just like, well, I put up boundaries. No, you put up a chain link fence with razor wire next to a moat, dude. And it drops this explanation at the end in a scene where Lucy comes in. Tim's not home yet. Lucy's cooking with, Lucy's going to start cooking with his mom. I think it's going to be a good moment, even if they don't talk about anything real. Both those characters need a normalizing, be around each other moment.
The putting the onus of like, okay, Tim actually can't solve this problem. The mom needs to go forward and offer like how she feels first.
Well, she missed it, and we find out in a moment, like she missed a step when Tim was a kid. You got to make that step up now. You aren't equal adults with Tim.
Yeah.
You're still his mom. So she looks at Lucy. They have their little like, hey, I'm sorry Tim didn't tell me about it. And first thing the show does right for me, I've seen a lot of shows where Lucy would have gone, oh, that's okay. No, Lucy turns around and like, ma'am, that was Tim's fault. 100%. Mm-hmm. Tim is a grown-ass person who should have told you about me. I like that Lucy doesn't let him off the hook.
Yeah.
I mean, what would be an easy conversational, what does it mean anyway? No, it means a little something. Don't let him off the hook. And then the mom doubles down with like, no, let me explain to you why Tim's like that. And gives this actually nuanced explanation for this silly fucking 2 sitcoms in a trench coat show. That Tim's dad was abusive as shit, and Tim would dive on that grenade. Like, Tim would probably knock shit off counters and break stuff to draw. Like it sounds like Tim drew the ass whooping as much as possible to keep his sister and mom from getting beat. And the shame and look, good on the actress, the shame and look on the mom's face of like, and I let him.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get hit, and I let that kid take the punch. And like, damn, that sucks, and you got to live with that. But the consequence is that Tim is an adult who does not think his mom can handle drama.
Right. Well, he's been taught that.
And that she recognizes that, like, Tim's like this because I did one solid parenting thing. I taught him the shit out of that. Like, that's the one lesson I did not mean to, but I really imparted. And it that tracks for me of like, oh damn, actually that makes sense. And that means that you have to take a step forward now to adult Tim to you kind of need to double prove to him that you can take some level of drama here. And I like that she feels locked into, I'm never going to have a relationship with Tim, but I really want one. Oh, well, God damn it. I fucked that up.
Right.
And Tim
Lucy
feels like my mom is just a crazy person. I grew up with her. She's always been crazy. Like, Tim's never reassessed. But also is like, and that's just how it is. I'll never have a relationship with my mom. Oh, well. And Lucy's like the same.
Like, well,
Lucy almost got her psych. Like, she was almost a doctor. Like, she almost got her psych degree. And is standing back of like, okay, that's ridiculous. You could just both talk to each other,
right?
Well, we're just gonna start that ball rolling. I'm not doing every Christmas like this,
right? So, like, if you want Tim to share with you, you might want to open up and share with him first, and then
just hear me out.
Like, pretty simple solution that obviously these two can't get to. Oscar was fun to see again.
I was mad when they tried to make Oscar an actual villain last season. Because I love Oscar as a screwball, kind of a criminal, but you love him. Yeah. Like the first few times when they just kept catching him of like, Oscar, why the fuck are you here? Man, you got to make better friends. And like, I barely know these guys. What are we doing here? Is it terrorism? Shit, I didn't know that. Like,
I didn't know that guy.
Like, Oscar, I liked that Oscar better.
They get involved in the prison riot, and he's like weaseling his way in and out. Like, he's a fun character.
Him at the end of this episode calling Nolan from a trunk and bitching at the driver of like,
hey, what the fuck?
Man, like, it's a little bouncy back here. I'm on a fucking phone call. But him calling Nolan is just like, I have learned my lesson. I absolutely don't want to go to jail. And you would hope that would mean you have found the straight and narrow, but no, he's gotten sloppy. That's why he keeps getting caught. Yeah, I honestly, that made no sense to me. I thought it was going to be a plan, but no, he's just been actually gotten sloppy.
Because he's a rascal. He's a rascal. Like,
holding to the cardinal rule, every criminal, even
dumb.
Oscar, is dumb.
Right. They can only be smart for so long before they become like the marshal immediately becomes dumb when he takes a bribe. Like, it's for real. If you could chart people's IQs drops as they based on their moral decisions,
like this criminality idea gets in there and just like stinks up the joint.
The girl with the impulse control problem was also pretty funny.
She was hilarious. That is my favorite catch. Was it Chin that did that? Of like, hey, no, we're not here. Like, she's standing there with a fucking knife in the middle of a kid's playground with like kids just freaking out, like all frozen around her. Yeah. And Lucy goes, oh, no, I'm not here for you. We're just taking the kids for ice cream. Yeah. I want ice cream.
Oh, man, well, we can't take you.
You can't go because you got that knife. She throws that fucking knife down like it bit her. And then realizes immediately what she's done.
Ah, damn it.
We had to rewind that back. That was the funniest fucking thing to me.
You know that happens to her all the time, though. Like,
oh, man. She has
she's aware of her decisions being bad. She just has no impulse control over them. Like,
can we still go get ice cream?
Like,
you're really cute. You want to be in the back seat and make out?
Make out?
Like,
fucking...
No, you're going to... She's already said, like, I bit a guy's tongue off because I was in the middle of kissing him and wondered what it'd be like. Like, well, that's great.
This bitch is crazy. The court found me legally competent.
Oh, man, her throwing that back at somebody was, bitch, you're crazy. No. Or was it, I was found legally competent to stand trial, so...
I was found legally competent to stand trial. And I'm like, that feels like that's on the court there.
And there's a Simpsons episode where Homer gets sent to the loony bin and gets, when he gets released, he gets a certificate that says sane on it. Yeah. And like, so like, it was like, Homer, you're crazy. Nope. And like, he flashes the paper like every time.
Sucker.
Like, man, I feel like it's like saying technically at the start of your argument. I feel like if you have to break out the paperwork saying that you're sane, you've already lost that argument.
Right. The bringing out the statute that says the Romeo and Juliet laws in that Transformers movie, where it's like, it's actually not illegal for me to date your daughter. Man, it's fucked up that you have that in your pocket.
You had that ready. That's fucking weird, man. It's weird that you know that. So I guess the only other thing that we watched was the thing that I had put down. It's the new show. I had put it down as our show this week, and it's aggressively cute.
Strip Law has a fundamental problem, I think, that all the other problems kind of stem from. Like, it could be the jokes aren't really timed right. They could be tighter, and I think it would be funnier. They could change some of the character stuff around so that it makes a little more sense. Like, it doesn't make sense that he's kind of like, if he grew up in Vegas, he's surprised by stuff. Adam Scott's character as this gum law guy, because the show is about how ridiculous Vegas is and how practicing a law for a minute.
And he's like tired of Vegas, but he's not surprised by anything. And it doesn't. I want it to be more of a proxy character that
he should probably be a newer character. There should be some new character here that is
somebody that
shocked.
is shocked. Also, we talked a lot about this when we were watching it. I watched 2 episodes. I don't know how many you watched.
I watched them all.
We watched them all.
Yeah.
I mean, and I laughed at some of the jokes. They have cute moments. There's never a moment in this when I don't think it wouldn't be darker, weirder, funnier, even if you had to restructure the joke to do it in live action. Because everybody kind of looks like their actor. Nobody's a fucking alien or anything. And the way that animation makes Arlen and Everytown and makes Springfield and Everytown, it makes Vegas an Everytown of weird. And somehow,
Vegas is specific.
If you told me that this was a spinoff of Second Best Galaxy Hospital or whatever, I'd be like, sure, it's probably on some Vegas planet.
Vegas planet. Now that would be a good,
And because this doesn't feel, they can't use real casinos, so like everything's named fake but it's not that it's not cranked up. I mean, I actually laughed at Autoverse or wherever the fuck they go to learn to drive, but everything on this to me would be funnier, even if you had to do it on backlots and with weird limited sitcom, even if it looked like Going Dutch or something. Like, I think all of this would be funnier in live action.
Well, it's one of those things that,
because there's good jokes here.
Like
just have Keith David and Adam Scott.
Because to me, there's like, my running theory is that this show was supposed to be live action at a certain point, and that
I feel like it. I feel like a change was made,
and that they were told that they just don't have the permit. Like, no show is shot in Vegas. And then they'd have to build sets, and that.
But like, Bust Down didn't make its 2nd season because of tragedy. Where's it set?
And
just
that
shoot there.
Afterwards, after they realized it was animated, they upped some of the weirdness for some of the episodes. Some of the episodes do feel.
That autocade would be hard to do, man. When they go
Autoverse,
to Autoverse, like they go to a place that's like a Westworld, but you're like driving school, fully immersive driving school, and it's hilarious. I do love that whole bit because Stephen Root and whoever their receptionist is, they just immediately Grand Theft Auto this bitch. And it's that worked for me. I love that, but also just have Stephen Root. Like.
They do Magicians versus Animals. There's an HR simulator, a VR simulation that has like all 5 of the Rat Pack amalgamated into one host,
like a holodeck episode.
And like, okay, that's kind of cute. It functions as a clip show for the clips like of things you haven't seen yet.
Gotcha.
Which is a lot of comedies do that now. Of like, oh, here's clips from episodes we actually didn't get to do, which is basically just we have a bunch of setups and we couldn't figure out how to.
No idea if we're going to get to a season 2, so let's
never
just do them.
We never really worked these into an actual story, but yeah, the law office in Vegas idea, I think, is pretty funny. Like the law, like, okay, you'd have to have like copyright strikes against certain. Elvis's, there's a whole thing of like one guy is has to be legally declared Santa, and he's being opposed by another guy in Vegas that is Santa's like the Miracle on 31st Street guy that from New York, but he like the guy in Vegas wants to be Santa. I'm like, okay, yeah, I believe that there's actually dumb laws you can do, and then but to make it animated, it makes it feel like you are making fun of a fake place.
Yeah.
It's the reverse of Westpec. Like, so Westpec isn't a real place, but also it's making fun of a real place that I know.
Yeah, like North Peck is through a geographical anomaly actually south of East
East
Peck.
Peck. But it also has like those lady driver laws
Mhm.
and stuff. I'm like, okay, that's
Right.
to me that's the
No, like that's the Incarnitos we trust. Like
Incarnito. We yeah, Carnito willing. We're gonna win. Like
like those moments are great. The cold open in the first episode of cutting to this law ad of like big high powered lawyers are coming for you, and they're all like all these suits are sitting around a table, and the head suit goes, "Who's representing the other side?" Gum and coin, sir. Oh my god! And he pulls a pistol out of nowhere, and they have to dive on him to keep him from eating the fucking gun. And I was like, okay, that would be darker and hilariously funny in real life. I'm sorry, but like if a real LA Law style ad, like we're working for you, and who's representing the other side? Oh my god! But then it cuts to Keith. Is it Keith David? Right?
Keith David. Yeah.
Going. That's how it used to be, but it's not how it is anymore. You know, my old partner died and I fired her useless son, and this commercial's how he's finding out. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Then they pull to another joke where Adam Scott goes, like, it pulls back to Adam Scott watching that commercial going, I don't know why he's still running. That was a year ago. Why still run the ad? Like there's a lot of good knock-on jokes, but almost every scene I wanted to tweak the joke to crank it up.
Genuinely watching one episode together was a legitimate frustrating experience that had us like
no, my brain's gonna explode.
Like we're legitimately like mad. Like
no,
like
fix this whole fucking episode. This is so close to funny it hurts my ears. Like it's dissonantly off of funny.
Yeah.
For me, I don't know. Mileage may vary, though. It's not even in their top 10. I had to actually type it into Netflix after a couple of days to find it. So it doesn't seem like that's going well.
It felt kind of like a burn off. I don't know.
If I don't get more Inside Job, I definitely don't, or Agent Elvis, I definitely don't need more Strip Law.
Yeah, the animation is not very good either. It's pretty bare bones.
I realize it's really not wildly different than like King of the Hills animation, but I don't care for this style. And it's a lot of there's a lot of animation as I've grown up has gone away from trying to look like Disney or Warner Brothers or Don Bluth, and trying to look like anime. Like that took the planet over. And if you're not looking like anime, then you look like a hipster children's book.
Yeah.
One of the two. And that seems to be most animations for like either like 12 Ounce Mouse, like We Gotta Barely Try, or whatever that show was, or Shitty Flash, like that's the budget. Like what Good Fast Cheap. Like there's some that's budget constraint, and then it's an aesthetic. Like this is a choice. Tuca and Birdie was a choice. I just don't care for that style.
The effort, that's for those Disney weirdos.
Right. And what kills me is I know damn well this still takes time to fucking animate.
Yeah, no,
I don't like this style for the work I know it takes. But mostly this show just frustrated me because animation the baseline of animation is weird as balls. As soon as you're animated, there's no more floor. Shit can be centaurs exploding and fucking spaceships. Like anything goes.
Which they every once in a while take advantage of.
Your ceiling becomes your floor.
Yeah, but
on craziness. In
a way that I feel like in order to make fun of Vegas, I really feel like you need to make it in live action so it feels like a real place. You can make fun of Florida with a fake place like, in between, but like Vegas is so I would make fun like maybe if it was about a specific casino or something like a specific fake casino but they want to do the law firm thing, right? But like maybe then you could do a fake casino but it's a part of the real strip and it touches real Vegas, but this place is fake. I don't know, it watching it I was like, this is a good idea that I do, and I rarely say this being as a big a fan of animation as I am. Like, I really think this would have done better in live. I just think this premise.
I don't think I've ever heard you say that about a show.
I feel like just this premise doesn't lend itself to animation. Like the animation creates a distance. From the central premise, which is how ridiculous Vegas is.
Yeah. I've seen shows before where like they've made decisions that no, you can't mock that, so you can't set it there. Scary movie stuff, you know, like there's some things you can't mock that, so you can't do a satire of it. And that's what I feel like the animation gives this odd distance. It kind of makes Vegas into an every place. The lack of like you can't. They have a mayor. You can't shoot in Vegas. You can't license any of these casinos.
They have a mayor, George Wallace. That's kind of fun. He's a staple of there, but also it's not voiced by George Wallace. I don't think.
That is him.
That is him. Okay, good on them for getting him. Actually,
yes. Okay, good on it. Good on them. Yeah. But no, he Bob's Burgers. He doesn't do a ton of stuff.
To me, that's
Clean Slate was the last thing he really.
So getting staples of Vegas like George Wallace, that's funny. Like, but like you said, like, hey, why aren't Penn and Teller part of the magician? Like, they do a bunch of magician shit.
Right. Well, she's like his partner's
a magician.
She's a Losketeer.
Her lost. Yeah, we should mention her. God, I forget the actress. She's the one of the bigger,
Abbott Elementary.
Yeah, Abbott Elementary. But she's pretty funny. And I like that she does this bullet trick with a deck of cards.
Janelle James.
That they use later with like, what is the bulletproof measure of the law for Vegas? Like her pizzazz and there's a level of funny here that like, okay, Your Honor, could you at least have if the jurors aren't going to stop watching the game during the trial, could you at least get them off their phones? This isn't a phone. This is a flask. Where did you
get that? Yeah.
God damn it.
My kid's stupid recital is only going for another 30 minutes. So let's see how forgiving I am then. Like, you quit wasting my time for another 30 minutes. Like, yeah, the show's not funny. It doesn't quite work for me. And it being another pretty sure single season animated show on Netflix when they've canceled 2 other ones that did work for me, at this point irritates me. Like, stop making these and just stick with one that works.
I'm hoping Haunted Hotel coming back for season 2 is...
Yeah, I'd like them to kick it a little harder into gear.
Right.
But I Haunted Hotel I like better than this. Mm-hmm. Except that this guy's a stacked cast. It's great people. I mean, Stephen Root's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Long story short, coming back should also like that. I this is a good try. I just think that
it's not a bad show. It's just not.
I think there was a point. I think there was a point where they decided they couldn't shoot in Vegas, and there's like either we do this as an animated show or we don't do it at all. And I felt like they thought we could make it an animated show in all their bright-eyed enthusiasm, in which I'd never tell anyone to like give up on your dream, but also like, yeah, you probably should have gave up on this and used that animation budget to make another show. Like, don't you have another thing you want to do? Like, I know like strip law can't be your end all be all. This is my magnum opus. Like once you have the like, okay, well, if we have a budget for an animated thing, I have another idea that would be better suited.
Yeah.
And just keep strip law in your fucking back pocket for whenever you can shoot a live action version of it.
Yeah. I would rather have the LA to Vegas of this, but that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
anyway,
let's move on to talking about our Patreon, patreon.com/TV Dudes.
Sure.
That's where everybody is right now. Listen to this. I know. And you can join up and have conversations and chat with us and talk about shit.
Absolutely.
Nobody's doing that, but you could. We could.
But less. My budget. How much is it?
Shit, it's $1 an episode.
$1.
You get bonus content every single week. And this week we are doing another TV Dudes retro rental as we jump back to 1989. We're going to dive into the phone booth and let Rufus take us all the way back to 89 for Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
What?
Indeed.
Righteous.
So, as they said back in 89, San Dimas High School football rules!
Yeah!
And now, let us talk about the actual main show, Shoresy.
What's the biggest problem with hockey today?
And don't say the crackdown on fighting.
Crackdown on fighting? That's old news. It's a crackdown on hitting.
On hitting?
Yeah, next you won't be able to take slap shots.
You heard it here first.
And a big problem is diving.
How are they cracking down on hitting?
Well, look at junior hockey in Canada today. Actually, look at the World Junior Tournament. Every hit is a penalty now. It's their new strategy to get hitting out of the game.
Who's they?
They got us playing the European game now.
Careful.
No. There's lots of tough Euros.
Cronwall.
There's lots of Euros that hit.
Chara.
It's just the European game was always about speed and finesse. The North American game was about size and grit.
Traditionally, sure.
Like a massive part of the success of Canada and U.S. hockey in the international stage has been the hitting, the physicality. The guarantee that if you play us, we will hurt you.
Number 69.
Indeed. Coming up on season 5
What
of
else?
Shoresy.
What else were we gonna do on Sudbury Saturday night?
I mean, the strip club's open again.
Awesome.
So,
That was a big part of this season.
oh my God, so much. Well, every season of Shoresy and a lot of Letterkenny had a lot of slow-mo.
Mm-hmm.
This season had a lot of slow-mo strip club. A lot of lappies, man. A lot of lappies.
Mm-hmm.
We loved Letterkenny, more or less.
Right.
It got a little hard as it wore on because it kept flipping back and forth on story points of like, this doesn't matter.
Up until the last season, which I have
Yeah.
a big problem with the dairy storyline. The only thing I really don't like about Letterkenny is that it kind of flips back on, and one big thing is Mary Fred.
Yeah.
Which is just like,
Does this matter or not?
hey, is Wayne ever going to forgive her? No, then we don't need to keep bringing her back.
And you're wondering why I'm talking about Letterkenny instead of Shoresy. Fucking not. It's because the Shoresy started to do that really hardcore. After last season, because
So
of how
last-
it was baked into the plot last season, I think a lot of fans were hoping that a lot of these things were just part of we're in an off season, so that's why Sanguinet's not here. That's why this isn't like this.
JJ's not here. Well, the thing is that
We didn't have to explain where JJ was because nobody cares. But you could tell that other fans were like, hey, is Sanguinet coming back?
Yeah.
Still, after a whole season, we were still asking that. And so, the show was like, fuck, we better put a phone call on where we explain that, Sanguinet's not coming. Not killed off screen, just not coming.
JJ is gone, and that's fine. He was just one big
Whatever,
fat joke.
yeah.
Like, it doesn't, like, they were sometimes better about it, like when they were focused on him being
On
a
him
slob.
being gross. Yeah.
Like him being gross, but a couple times they were not.
No,
And
that was a hard sequence.
so, yeah, the first 3 seasons were basically Shoresy's swan song as a hockey player, and then
Well,
the
him learning who are you if you can't play? And like, what else about the game? Like, who are you? And also, what else about the game do you love? Is it just the being on the skates that you love, or is it the whole game? And like, there's really something to that.
and then the last the season 4 was it that was about his journey to becoming a coach. Like,
Yeah.
what's he gonna do? What's life after hockey for him?
Well, it's
And-
life after hockey, and also they're showing you just managing the boys because there's no games to play. You're just trying to manage the friendships.
And
It was a good season.
they're mentoring the
The 3
younger
kids,
kids.
yeah. Yeah, and so
Michael's
I
get your
didn't-
guy. Shut the fuck up, Caleb.
Shut the fuck up. So like I enjoyed last season, not as much as the first 3, but it was still really good. And this season, I mean, I laughed every episode. They got jokes, man. Shoresy is still one of the funniest fucking things on TV to me.
I still think then they pulled out some things that were bothering me. There were a couple of different pullouts from it, and what's like
there were a couple of moments where I was like, "You get it, like I get it." Okay, show.
The only thing that Shoresy is coming to seems to be the Harley Quinn effect, or I forget what other show we were watching that has or Rookie has
Right,
the same
but just
thing.
hey, we ended on a thing for a season, but where's my army of Chuckies? Well, we're
So
not going to do that.
we ended on Shoresy being coach, and rather than just focus on that, we spent a lot of this show like, well, you can't be coach anymore. The NOSHO folded, which
Right.
was like, okay, well, they make a big deal out of it. Like, well, we just won a big championship, and like, even though the Bulldogs won big, and are a big deal, the NOSHO was always just 5 teams, and I guess 2 folded, so they all like
or 3 folded. It's only the Sioux and them that are still functioning. Only you can't function because there's no league.
Right. Two teams, and I would recommend going like the Harlem Globetrotter route.
That's what I was like. How do they not at least play the Sioux until the town gets tired of it?
And I don't know how much of this was a last minute. Some of this feels like kind of slapdashed rewrite. Mo being the assistant coach makes sense and sort of plays sometimes, but also I feel like that was supposed to be Sanguinet.
He's like a cardboard cutout.
Right,
Yeah.
but you could see like he's an empty space where Sanguinet's supposed to
totally.
go. And
Where we could have brought Sanguinet in for the last minute, like, oh, we told you he wasn't going to be here, and he wasn't, and then like, nah, where everybody goes.
So to me, it was like, oh, were you planning on bringing Sanguinet back up into the last? Because there's an empty space of assistant coach that Mo just fills because he's nothing.
Well, I mean, like they rope it into Nat's thing at the end about crying about family and stuff.
Right.
But all of that, I still I wish that had been Sanguinet. I know Sanguinet.
And because it's a little bit slapdash, their emotional moment at the end doesn't hit as strong as it always has at the other ones, where they're like, they're really trying to push hockey culture in a way that this time rang false to me.
So, and part of it is that at the beginning of the season, like calling their shot, like, you know, setting up, this is what we're going to talk about. He says like, oh, so-and-so's at a retreat about toxic masculinity or something. And he's like, oh, what, like radioactive masculinity? Like, like he makes a few like play on word jokes about it.
Right.
But then we spend the rest of the season making this argument, even straight up to the church ladies at the end, that I know you think hockey culture's toxic masculinity. They don't say it exactly like that, but that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
I know you say that, but these boys are killers when you need them. But at home, they're the sweetest guys. And I'm like,
Not Delaney.
We kind of had to bribe 3 of them with lap dances.
Yeah.
Like
like
a stupid amount of lap dances.
Feels like we're being generous here, but
right.
and so what I liked about it was the Shoresy coaching that kid. Shoresy going through that game and just being like, "Hey, first."
That was a beautiful opening episode.
That taught me more about, hey, being part of a team is of itself good for you. Like, hey, just do what what your team loves, scoring goals.
Yeah.
Like, go
I
score
haven't
a goal.
made any friends. You're gonna make a ton of friends.
Yeah.
You're a hockey player. Like, are you kidding me? Your whole
No,
team's gonna be
hey,
friends.
no, that guy's what's that guy's name? That's just trainer. Like, hey, know his fucking name.
When he's like, no, I love how that whole thing. Like, know everybody's name. Understood. I know everybody's name. Well, what's that guy's name? Well, I don't know him. I said know everybody's name. Okay. So fine, you don't know that guy. Who's that guy's name?
Well,
Well,
don't know
damn,
fucking
man.
anybody's name. He gets caught in Brodu later. Like, how do you remember his name like that?
We'll see. I'm just terrible at remembering names. Okay, well, here's what you do. Get good at it.
You get good at it. Oh, is that what you do?
Is that what you do, huh? Yeah. So there's this show tears me because I find it hilarious. It is an exceptional show. It is better than most things on TV. Because I want it to go just a hair like it gins me up, and then I want it to go a little bit further, and now I'm frustrated.
Some of it is when Shoresy learning to be a better person over the seasons, that plays.
Oh my gosh.
Him learning
Every time Shoresy, who is a complete asshole, is crying suddenly,
Well,
every time that always plays.
he has a moment where he's at one of the kids' games that he was mentoring, and he yells with one of the dads who takes a dive.
Yes.
And he sees them in the what do you call
That's
it?
again, that's in that first episode. Yeah, that episode was really good.
But in the stadium, he sees them and is like, "Hey, I'm sorry, that was super bush
Yeah,
league."
they're getting beers afterwards in the
And they
commissary.
like, "I'm sorry about that. Where are you from? How you like?" And
Yeah,
really diffuses it in a way that
like he sees the guy walking in and does, oh shit, and stands up and man, we've seen all of Letterkenny, we've seen all of Shoresy. This is the slow-mo Wayne rolls up his sleeves moment of like, all right, well, toughest guy at this hockey game. And no, he heads him off with arms, like hands up, and like, hey, there was no call for that. That was low class. Sorry about that.
yeah, Shoresy
And the guy like starts to like argue, not even argue, just push back and like cuts him off. Like, nope, I was fully in the wrong. Can I buy you a beer? Where are you from? How long did it take you to get here? What was the drive?
yeah,
Like it just
in a way that I think he's walking the walk
dropped
when
my jaw.
he's talking that to the kids and he's walking it as an example. And it's weird to me that Shoresy has more of an emotional growth than Wayne, because Wayne's just always right and just everyone has to learn that he is.
Yeah.
And that kind of starts to get a little bit stale and also annoying at the very last
Right.
season.
No, Shoresy's still Shoresy's a better character. He manages to grow and stay still Shoresy. He's
And-
still the dude that like we've got how long till the game starts?
I'm
gonna take a shit.
I have a problem with the final message, but I do like the idea of Shoresy doesn't really know, like, well, is winning worth it if you have to do it dishonorably?
and
and,
man,
like-
at the
at the
that's why
moment-
I think this is the last season if they may not do another, because the very first season Shoresy is
They don't
win.
They don't ask how they
Yeah,
ask how many.
yeah. And now like no.
Remember when he staged a fight when they couldn't have their guys there, and he staged a fight so that because they couldn't win, so they're like, oh well, we might as well not have a game.
Go call it, make it a draw.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so like that dude grew into this guy of like, no, it's not about the W. There's so much more to hockey culture than this.
Right.
There's, and I actually really like the stupid breakdown of like like, well, man, we can't score. And he goes, okay, well, first you go out there and kill a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
Like, all right, well,
First period killing.
good job. All right, that period, man, you killed a bunch of guys. Great job. Great fucking job. So now what do? Score some fucking goals.
Score some goals.
Hey,
yeah.
man, you scored a bunch of goals. That's great fucking job. Great job. So that's the last thing we do.
Make him remember who
Make
you
them remember
are.
who you are. And like,
You want me to go for the Gordy hat trick? Or the... I forget what he called it.
Yeah.
I don't know what that
When
is.
the Gordie Howe hat trick.
Gordy Howe hat trick. like you want to like slash goal in a fight or whatever thing. Like, but like, oh yeah, well that sounds pretty good hockey to me. Like I'm just saying what I love. Like, and yeah, I like that overall growth. There is certain things, certain sub stories that go on through that have been hit and miss. So Sanguinet not coming back, I get that. Obviously, you couldn't get that actor back. I can't see why you wouldn't just have him around.
Yeah.
It either feels like I would say they just, once they realized Shoresy was coach, they just ditched that actor and it was kind of disrespectful.
But Nat's got two people that just flank her like a gang all the time.
But Mo makes me think that no, that's a Sanguinet space.
You had a Sanguinet.
You're trying to put
shaped hole.
You're shoving a Mo peg into a fucking Sanguinet hole,
Yeah.
and it's not quite fitting.
No, there's an aqua should go here.
And it feels like they were in negotiations. I'm not sure what happened, but like that felt you wanted to get that actor back, but they fucking you couldn't get him. Like
He's not even on the phone call. It's just Nat. Like
No.
that was Sanguinet
he's not. They got Gretzky for this season, and not Sanguinet.
Yeah.
And-
Wayne Gretzky, son
Mhm.
of Walter, class act, just like you think he'd be.
Personal friend.
Personal friend.
The great one. And also
When he was telling me,
we're still going with the gym's tattled.
Yes.
And I thought that was gonna go like, oh my god, are we still on this? Fuck you guys. You guys
Right.
cheated. Like the sin is on you guys.
right.
But then they kind of that whole thing actually wrapped up in I'm like, oh, actually,
I think the show thinks that wrapped up fine, even though to me, if you said the sin, you need to say the forgiveness. Like they need to be the same thing. But they called them tattlers, but then rewarded their characters a little.
yeah. Well, Jim gets to get the girl at the end because she doesn't even get to have the thing of showing who she chose. We just go with the obvious because Goody kind of sucks. And
Right.
like
No, yeah. Jim's like, I think you're special. Like you're a wonderful person, and I just want to see you be happy.
yeah.
And like, Goody, what do you want to say? How was the sex? And I like that she's complete, like 10 out
10
of
out
10.
of 10. There it is.
There it is. But also there it isn't.
Yeah.
But I do like that it's not that like they don't do a joke of well the sex is bad or the like no Goody can fucking rock it. Like,
Yeah.
Also, that's all Goody's got.
Yeah.
Like
Well, also that they have a relationship intervention with Michaels and Mercedes, who really aren't in a relationship.
no.
And Dolo and his girl.
That's the best permutation of the Michaels storyline for me though so far with her
Mhm.
is everybody else just being like, but you'll always be kind of tied to her. No, why?
Yeah.
She sucks. But Dolo and them like looking at like, hey, so we saw her though hook up with that basketball player, and Dolo like,
Yeah, and
yeah, and like we're in an open relationship.
that makes Dolo the only one of the guys that was okay for them to, because they were all fucking that last season.
Right,
And like,
right.
oh, so Dolo was in an open, like Dolo's the only one that was,
I like that it makes the whole room kind of pause of like, oh, so your whole thing
Yeah.
is fine. And where I really, they don't not land it like they do okay with the whole Hitchcock running the thing, but where I really wanted them to go right then was for him to like, oh, then you got to lead this boy up.
well, shouldn't you be leading this?
Like if he'd like, yeah, no, get up, you two are leading this.
Yeah.
And
Because the only reason fucking Hitch is leading it is because he stepped out, but she also stepped out, so it equals out. And
Right.
Michael's like, is that all right? And that makes it okay.
Not how that works, right?
But
Sure it is. Nope, it's good.
So if this is the last season of Shoresy, there's a couple things that I felt were genuinely disrespectful. One, Zieg is known as a lesbian that's never fucked a woman.
Yep.
She just fucks Gorgeous Gord,
Mm-hmm.
and yet somehow is known as a gay character, but isn't.
And also they're making
in a way that I'm like, does that between that and the no threesome thing, are you uncomfortable with like is Jared Kiso uncomfortable with?
I think the no threesome thing was purely a monogamy thing,
Right.
But for that character to like shown distinct from Dolo, but
for the only gay character on the show.
Yeah, and the other thing that they do with her is a constant running joke of that never quite lands of her vagina being starvingly hungry and referred to as it and a mad dog.
I thought so how I read that was that he's talking to what's her name, the manager, Nat. He's talking to Nat like, have you fed her? Have you fed it?
That's
like,
yes, you're right.
Because Zieg is kind of her dog, because they're always behind her, and
because
like
the shot structure, the shot composition is always the same. I honestly kept reading that as everybody talking to Zieg and not. But you're right. That joke is much better.
Have you fed it recently? Like, because it's kind of like Zieg and Meeg are kind of her.
At some
fucking
point, you would keep treats in your pocket. Right?
Like, have you trained it? Like,
yeah.
So that's what I think that gag is.
You're right. I totally misread that. Oh God, that's much better. Thank God.
Yeah, don't worry.
I was like, what the fuck are you?
It's just casually referring to her as an animal.
As an it. It's still not better, but so it's the same terrible joke, but it makes sense.
So but also they throw Meeg at Michaels in a way that is off screen and doesn't really matter. And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
What did that do anything for her character, Michaels? Like, that felt like an offhand, like, why even do that?
Yeah.
Like,
a lot of any deeper,
and not that I have respect for her relationship with Sanguinette.
No,
but I'm sure fans do, and like they can have a long distance relationship, or I don't know, a relationship. Considering he's not gone or whatever, like
he didn't die. He
didn't die. He's just not coming back for the season.
Coaching Brian's kids,
on
Fast and Furious when they want.
They don't really have a reason. They don't have a reason for Sanguinette to not be here. They need Meeg to have a thing to do, but she doesn't without Sanguinette.
Right.
So they threw her at Michaels for a thing to do, and
they still don't put it on screen to do anything with it.
And it feels like throwing a piece of meat. Like, it's just like it makes me think that so all the female characters on here are interchangeable pieces of meat that we throw to the dudes.
Yeah. My biggest two issues with the season are, so we were talking earlier, this show lands enough thematic punches, even accidentally, that in the first 2 or 3 seasons, it felt like they were leading me to a pretty brilliant 5-season growth arc for Shoresy, where I was like, oh my God, you guys are going to make the most shockingly, like, Letterkenny didn't have character growth like this. You're going to grow Shoresy. And it was...
Shoresy's growth is really good. Yeah, I think the rest of the show doesn't support him around him. I really thought
the whole show was going somewhere because of some of the things that we're doing. And I realized somewhere after season 3 that, no, y'all are going for the jokes. You just are also, you have a big heart and you're landing some thematic punches. But it's accidental. And that starts to not just become apparent in season 4 and 5 for me, but starts to actually train wreck together. Because now you've laid a bunch of track for thematic things that you aren't really doing.
Yeah.
And so when they don't go anywhere, they just collide or fuzz out. So that's the most annoying thing. But it compounds with them having now like a same 6 episodes season. Only now at this point, this is still not a show interested in diving into the minutia. These are still background characters. This is the boys. These are B characters, C characters. But you've actually given me enough heart in different moments over these things that I want to see Meeg and Michaels have a relationship and Meeg have to Meeg not deal with Mercedes. Meeg has to make Michaels deal with Mercedes.
Sure, that's something.
Or you know, like I actually want to see each of these. I actually want to see what Dolo does.
Or just a reason why they hook up.
Because we've never spent in 5 seasons, we've never really spent time with these guys, and yet the time we've spent has been quality enough that I'm now missing it. And my overall feeling this season was, we talked about The Rookie being an hour-long it's 2 sitcoms in a trench coat. Shoresy I still wanted half-hour episodes, but Shoresy could be 12 episodes.
Yeah, and the thing is because their idea is too big for their...
the characters are too good, and the ideas are too big.
The NOSHO League, the NOSHO All Stars, that's a good idea that doesn't have enough time to grow because they don't do it until they have to have a whole episode of not playing hockey and then realizing what they should do.
Mhm. The cokehead guy that they have to get to buy in to the team that just likes lappies. How much better would that plot line have been if it were a long distance relationship between Meeg and Sanguinet where she doesn't understand why he's not there, and he's like, "Cause the league folded. Why would I come back? Like, come back to what? I mean, you know, like I've got a job here." And then halfway through the season, he has to show back up because fucking we're all in.
Well, and you can't. So they bring in some of the guys from the other no-show leagues. Like, that's a good idea, but you also can't spend any time with these people.
No.
And any time you do spend with them, you're detracting away from the regular guys.
Right.
And you're shortchanging them for the final season.
Also, most of the show is slow motion.
Last season, it was the weird party they're trying to get into. That wasn't all that weird.
Was not all that weird and was just an odd.
Yeah. Honestly, there's one stripper in this season with like a scorpion on her chest that is like, oh, that's an interesting. Like, that was crazier than anything that was at that party. But so the strip club is back up at the Colson, which I guess.
Okay.
And so that means that every episode, there is a sequence of
like a minute
slow
or
motion
2 minutes of slow motion strip club.
Okay. And like before, at least, they're like, oh, it's a ridiculous amount of good looking girls in Sudbury. There was a gag behind it.
No, one ever says that.
There's no gag in it anymore. And I'm like, okay. And I can't believe I'm going to say this, but like, I don't know, man. We're in the 2020s. The internet is there. I don't need this.
I felt this way about Pastor Glint. Like, there's always moments in both Letterkenny and Shoresy where I'm like, is this progressive or am I being chumped into giving you accolades when I can't tell if this is feminist or not? I don't think it is.
I don't think it is. I mean, I just think it's kind of lazy, titillating shit. And in a way that I'm like, hey, this is your last season. You only got 6 episodes. Use this minute and a half for another gag.
Right. Or character growth or anything. Like, there's so much slow motion. I know I bitch about this in a lot of major movies, but god damn it, there's so much slow motion.
Trust me, all these women, I'll see their tits in another thing. Like, fucking,
they are,
let's go.
They are professional level tits, man. All of these, there's a ridiculous amount of good looking women in Sudbury.
Right.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, why is it in this hockey show?
Strip club might be the worst thing they did this season in the set design, like, plot department. But
I
think
think only time it came off funny at all was the first
Delaney,
episode when they lose Delaney.
Yeah.
And his explanation of like, hey man,
we're
having a team hang out at the bar. Oh, you mean the other half of this room that is not a strip club?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be right here. Give me 5 minutes. Yeah, give me 10 minutes. All right, 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. like, no, dude. Like, I could just see, like, out of your gang of guy friends, if 10 of you are having beers in the bar half, there's at least one of you that is just staring at the strip club half.
And there's going to be points of this that my internal thoughts and politics are probably going to push through, and one of them is that strip clubs aren't fun.
Strip clubs are not fun.
They're very sad, and I feel like you representing them as this is fake and hurtful.
No, they're sexy and weird, and I've never understood lap dances.
I was understanding for the Weird Sudbury, but Weird Sudbury makes me think Kesso is you're a straight laced dude that thinks
you are a very vanilla dude.
You are
because like weird man. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know what they can get away with on Crave, but it's more than that. Come on, man.
Well, that's the thing is that like, it's cool that you only want to fuck, your girl or whatever, but what if your girl wants to fuck her?
Right.
Like that is like,
that's where the next part of that conversation goes.
That makes it feel like a test. Like she tested. I'm like, oh, okay, you only want to fuck me. That was a test.
That was a test.
And I'm like, no.
If she's bi, then like, okay, so you're happy with her. That's great. She's got all the bits you want. Cool.
Right.
What does she do over the rest of her life?
Right. Like, so like,
and I'm not there's a persistent and long-standing bullshit about like bi people cheat or what. That's whatever. Fucking stupid. I'm not saying that like, oh, boo-hoo, she's always going to be miserable in a relationship. Maybe she won't. I don't know. But you need to have that conversation with her though.
Yeah.
So you clearly want to have sex with your friend. Was that a college thing for you? Is this something that's actually going to bother you over time? Be honest. We're about to be in a long monogamous relationship.
And like, if that's a thing you should discuss. If you're cool with her having sex with her friend and whatnot, then you maybe like whether or not you're there or not. I don't know. I don't know your relationship.
Exactly. I don't know anything.
I don't know your thing.
From all I've ever learned in being in an open relationship is that everybody's is different, and you should stop assuming anybody's is like yours ever.
Yeah. But it felt like it came off, and it overall works. I don't want to say it doesn't work.
No, it's fine.
His relationship
when he says it to her, it reads as sweet, and they have chemistry, and their jokes work.
His relationship with Laura Moore is always very cute, but something like that, like okay, that made it feel like Laura Moore was testing you then, or
it did.
But it could be that she's just cool with like that was a thing she wanted to try, but if he's not into it, she's not wanting to try it. Right. But they don't really talk about it enough for me to
talk about it.
And
they do have one funny man when he comes back in the room after just obsessively thinking about it for a day, and like, so you're bisexual? Why would you think that I'm bisexual?
Well, I don't know.
Because of having sex with your friend. Oh shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
No.
Dipshit.
Like, God,
you're such a good time.
Yeah, like they're cute together. But
so the main thrust,
it just feels like a weird test, and they don't talk about it.
The main thrust of this season is that there's a Euro League that is just trouncing North America.
Right.
They're going like 7-0.
They've outscored total across the run like 70 points to 19, 72 to 19 or something like that.
Yeah, something crazy, like just fucking blowout.
Putting hockey scores up into double digits on single games.
Yeah, and Shoresy and them have the idea of putting the NOSHO All-Stars or NOSHO North Stars in to take these guys at the end of their tour, playing one more game, and showing them that they're a rough and tumble version of hockey.
When we first realized what they were doing, that like Shoresy's like talking up fighting and how we're kids are taking dives now and all this to penalties and all this stuff, and like, oh, okay, so, and then what the European League is just playing tougher hockey than the Canadian game's dead, North American game's dead, and we realized what they were going to do. We were like, how are you going to justify a folded bullshit league playing this huge team? And they actually do that okay. Like, they've already been here for a bunch of games. They've been talking shit every game about how none of it's a challenge and we wasted our time even coming over here. And you've got established in the show over seasons that the No-Show are known nationally as
the fucking dirtiest league in hockey. Dirtiest league in hockey.
Shoresy's the dirtiest player in hockey, or was. And he's their coach now. Like, it actually sold for me as to why these guys would be like, fuck it. Delay our flights one day. We're going to stay an extra night and whoop the shit out these bitches. I bought that. And the thing I didn't buy was the constant flip-flopping this season on whether or not the town of Sudbury cares about them.
That's what makes me feel like this last season was a little slapdash. Like, how quickly did you write this together? Because some of this feels like there's two different versions of the script fighting each other. Like, there's a lot of conversations about how, so they forgot about us just like that. Because the community center just takes their ice. And in a way that, like, hey, you're folded. We need that ice rink for other, like, we got to fill that up.
Yeah.
It's a public space. They don't own it.
Right. And once we melt the ice, man, we're not just putting ice back up. Like,
yeah. And like, so they lose their spot to the basketball team, and there's a big moment of like, oh, so 50 years we've been here, we finally win one big, and it's just over just like that, and like they're old news, and they play a game at 6 a.m. and no one's there, and Shoresy's like, well, I expected 1 or 2 people. It's like no one cares, and like in a way that I was like, oh, are they showing that hockey, like sports fans are fickle in a way that is, you shouldn't put everything on the line because they will forget about you the next day. And they don't, because they go to the basketball game and are like, hey, it's the fucking Blueberry Bulldogs. People are wearing the Blueberry Bulldogs jerseys at the basketball game. It would have
been funnier to me if a couple of minutes late into their 6 a.m. game, you cut to an outside drone shot of the entire strip club emptying into the street and staggering over to the game.
Yes. Yeah. So,
and then just passing out, like being asleep in the stands.
But really what you need to do is commit to one or the other.
Yes. I don't care which. I think it's funnier if the whole town loves them.
I think it's funnier if the league folded, but the Sudbury loves the Blue Dog, right? The Blueberry Bulldogs.
We were talking about during it, like, I would have loved to have had the town constantly pitching increasingly ridiculous things for them to do.
But because they have them both ways on it, they are it kind of undercuts their point of is this the style of hockey people want to see anymore? And I'm like,
Right.
I don't know. You don't know halfway, like depending on the scene,
Right.
like,
Right.
and it's like the last thing I like would want to say is that like, oh, they are making a ploy for gladiator style hockey, and the ultimate sin the Euro guys commit is pretending to be hurt.
Yeah.
So to me, that says a lot about a culture of game, and I know that's the whole thing at the end. It says to me a lot about the culture that pretending to be hurt is worse than hurting anyone any amount.
Yeah.
You could fucking kill a guy, like for real.
Line's worse. Yeah.
Like, but pretending the hit's worse than it is a sin. And I'm like, no, because they're like, well, they won dishonorably. You guys were playing unbelievably dirty the whole time.
Yeah.
Don't give me this shit about playing.
No, in a way that you knew you were going to be embarrassed to call your mom about.
Yeah. You spent the whole time telling like, don't call your mom. We're going to kill him. Like, it's going to be real bad.
Shit. Yeah. Yeah.
And in a way that if you won by slashing the other team in another game, like in a Mighty Ducks game, they would be considered the cheaters.
Yeah.
They would be losing dishonorably.
I mean, I'm always mad when a sitcom doesn't quite do the thematic things I want, but the true sin is when I watch a sitcom that only does that shit and forgets to be funny. And I will say Shoresy remembers to go for the joke.
Right.
To its detriment in some scenes. But thematically, the better version of this to me is going and watching Goon, Last Few Oysters, the Jay Baruchel movie with Sean William Scott. Or, Slapshot.
Yeah. The patter is always there. The structure is always really funny. I just think that, like, it feels rushed. This last season feels like they don't have... All their other seasons end on a really big lesson that hits and feels... That first season where they lose, but they go out onto the ice and have a full-out brawl.
Yes.
And they salute the crowd and go out on that slow song. And it's like, that felt good. Like a...
Right. I always love it when they're like, no, man, they can't win.
Right.
But they got to learn, you know, and like, it felt good.
And this one sort of does that too, of like, oh, well, we were just killing them out there. I don't think we killed enough guys yet. Let's go fucking kill some more guys. And they just had a blast, even though they're losing the whole time. Like, they just had a blast.
Just clearly having a blast. And the vibe's right. The vibe is right. It just, every once in a while I realize, like, but wait a minute, didn't this scene just carry me along in contradiction to the previous scene that carried me along? Like, you got me both directions because you're good at your jobs. But this is slapped together. It feels a little slap-shotted together.
Right. It's a weird thing of like, well, hockey players...
They've got an Olympic gold cock.
Hockey players decide what's honorable and dishonorable, and it feels like it's on a whim.
Yeah.
And it feels like it changes whenever Shoresy needs it to be. Like,
whatever the big lesson is for this one. That's part of that whiplash. Like, I don't think y'all really care about this continuity from season to season, even character-wise or tonally. I think it's dumb luck that people have grown as directly as they have.
I think you could have gotten along on this season with just Shoresy being coach and him struggling to be coach.
Absolutely.
I don't think you needed to do the NOSHO North Stars. That was a good idea that you don't have the time to do.
No. Give yourself more episodes maybe, but no.
Yeah.
Just Shoresy having to deal with coaching but not being able to be out there and do it.
I don't know. I feel like there's moments of this that make me... I don't know if the show is being... And then they'll do it like Jory's last hurrah. So
my God.
Jory's, man, he's a fun, likable, hateable character. You love to hate him.
Chirps are funny, and Jory takes chirps too far.
Yeah.
But he's also, man, he's gotten on so many zingers.
Yeah, he's so funny. And then at the very end, he just turns gross.
Well, he's only ever chirped like that to guys in this, like sport. And the first time that he then turns it on Anik, and it's disgusting. And like, okay, that's pretty slick. The immediate reminder of like, hey, we've all had fun, but Jory's fucking horrible, right?
Which at a point, like, I know that the show makes me to think that because Anik takes him to town on that. And like, oh, the show knows that this is Jory going too far.
Yeah.
And that we've this isn't fun anymore. Let's have a Nick beat the shit out of him.
And nobody else has punched it. Like all the hockey players just said. I think that was one of the lessons they were trying to get like about the culture. It's like all the hockey players just take like, yeah, whatever. People are assholes. Don't fucking respond. That's to their telling the church ladies at the end of like, no, they're killers on the ice.
Yes.
They are not wild men.
There's something to that message that I think almost lands. Because there's
but
something.
I wish they'd gone for there's no reason to not have Anik beat the shit out of him there, and then have a scene that subtlety is dead. Have a scene that outright says it.
Yeah.
Of like where Shoresy in the interview at the end where Shoresy's like, "Are your knuckles fucking bloody?" I didn't even get any non-hockey fights today, girl. No, like, where did you fight? Just in a parking lot?
Oh, so you can hit
insane.
him. You can't just fight.
I fight because it's part of a game.
Can't just fight someone.
Can't just fight someone.
Well, man, he tries to potty kiss one of the basketball in a way that I thought the show was like. So the show knows that this is not the basketball players, and then the show comes around like, hey, yo, come see us play. Like, put your money where your mouth is.
Right.
Come see us play. No one cares about us. They care about you.
Right.
But like, respect is earned.
Right.
Come see a game with us.
And when the guy names off of like, yeah, and so and Jorge and like,
and he knows
everybody's name. Yeah.
Because that was a
Oscar
runner.
and Jorge.
That was a runner for a while where I'm like, does the show know that the basketball players are not the bad guys in this?
Right. I also like him being fully aware that he followed him into that bathroom, hoping like to smack his head against the wall because there's no other winning that fight.
Well, I think it's canonical.
So you think you're going to win this fight in here? No, I'm absolutely not going to win this fight in here. He's built like a fucking giraffe.
Wayne, I think what Jared Kessel thinks it's funny, and it is that Wayne there's no better fighter in Letterkenny, and Shoresy can't actually fight.
Yes, Shoresy fights dirty.
Shoresy fight dirty because he can't win fights.
Yeah, yeah, that is funny to me, considering they're the same dude.
Yeah,
but yeah, I wouldn't. Man, I wouldn't harp on it if we didn't love it. Like, if they're
right, if it wasn't the best comedy for the like,
if it weren't one of the funniest things on TV, I would not give any shits about this. I know it's like I say this every time. Like, I feel like we pick shows apart, and people must be like, "Well, they hated Shoresy." No. If I hated a show, you'd hear about it once in the diaries.
Yeah, and never again.
Done. I'm 5 years deep on this.
It feels weird that like that last season we felt growing pains of like, hey, is Shoresy trying to be a hockey show without hockey? And even in this one, there's there's 2 games and we don't really see one of them.
Right. Yeah.
And like, I don't think they have one of the things I think they don't have. I don't think they have access to that rink as much anymore, which is why they don't maybe that was the reason that they rewrote this at the.
I would love to know if the season got rewrote.
I feel like at some point a rewrite had to happen because there's certain things here that don't feel consistent. That they bitch about no one coming and then go to the basketball game in the same episode. It feels like they're supposed to learn a lesson, but I feel like it's flipped of like, wait, does the town care? Do they not?
Right.
Like, fucking tell me.
No, I was like, I need to know the rule here. God damn. Also, justice for Sanguinet.
Absolutely.
We got anything else on SHORESY Season 5?
No. I think I am good with Shoresy here. I think I'm glad that we had a last season to finally see him coach. I think that's a good.
Watch there be a Shoresy Season 6, and we got to eat these words. But.
Right. What would they do? Like they
don't know.
There's like I thought this season
I love you and I can't miss you if you don't go away.
I thought the no-show would come back at the end of the season and they'd be like, oh, next season we'll have a no-show again and Shoresy will be coach. But they don't. It all ends with a big also when your last episode ends on that much clips and like I get what you're trying to do, but it feels like you're trying to stretch out
back to season 1. Yeah,
and in a lot of clips, and I'm like, do you not have enough money to fucking shoot this last episode? Like you're shooting on a big school rink.
That it only makes sense non-budgetarily if it is their finale.
Right.
Series end on Shoresy, which I think it might be.
Makes sense to me.
But
which is sad that Michael's had like 2 lines and that I think that there's a collapse under its own weight. We added too many characters and
they're too interesting.
And we shouldn't have added the no-show characters.
No.
Like that was a mistake we couldn't give everyone else a proper goodbye.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I'm interested to see what Kesso does next.
Indeed. Same. I honestly hope it's not a season 6 of Shoresy. I just want to see what Kesso does next.
Yeah,
And, there's always going to be a heated rivalry season 2.
indeed. Oh man, he should cameo on that.
That's when you'll know that we can put our fears to rest about any weirdness on that.
There is one gay joke in this that is like, and they say like, well, not that there's anything wrong with that, but
Yeah.
assistant co-captain sounds gay, or like,
Yeah.
first mate.
Yeah. First mate sounds a little.
And to their credit, like, well, yeah, pirates do sound gay at this point, and given history of like,
Right.
but
In the Navy. Yeah.
But again, like they can't. Every season we can't get out with a weird like conservative trans joke
Oh
or
God, I'm just so glad. Like honestly, when Mo showed up, I was afraid because that family scene was so fucking horrible to me.
right.
But on that downer note, I would still recommend watching Shoresy. It's fucking hilarious. You're gonna probably take issue with it if you start caring about it. But that's when you know they got you.
Mm-hmm.
And until next time, it's definitely not the series out for us. We'll be back next week with a whole bunch of returning shows.
Just
we
crushing
got-
beers.
We got Paradise, a bunch of other shit coming back. And then you can also check us out over at patreon.com/tvdudes, where you can hear our retro rental of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yes, that's how you build a winning culture.
Indeed. Kill some guys. And until next time.
Everybody's name, Stevie Dudes out.